Oh, make sure you
Fuck.
start the bots.
Great call.
Start the bots.
That was happening.
Not the bees. Not the bots.
We need those bots. We need the bots. Hello, bots.
Bot.
Now recording.
Now recording. I think we're both in there.
Record me harder, Craig.
Oh, God. So intense. I did Craig. Yeah, Craig is the one that voices at us. The other one does not.
Yep. I've got all of that up.
Beautiful.
Alrighty.
Beautiful.
We are off to the races.
Man, these devices in my mic, I still don't get the sensitivity, but it's I know to expect that I can just work around it. Where would we be without our bots? There we go. I couldn't get that call view to go away. I was like, what is happening? YouTube. Twitch. World premiere. I gotta watch your World Cup thing you sent us on Instagram. I saw the notification, but it's like I was already fading off to sleep.
Oh, it's just I'm absolutely loving all the experiences that these foreigners are having and watching them, watching the interviews that they're having, watching them experience like Texas barbecue or Waffle House or Chick-fil-A for the very first time. Yeah, Buc-ee's for the first. They're just blown away by all this.
Yep.
And above all of this, I love the fact that they are enjoying themselves, and that they're talking. I've seen several talk about how France, Germany, Japan, like all these different, they're all like, everything we've seen about America is wrong.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
we everything you see on the news, and I can't walk down the street without people smiling at me and waving to me and talking to me, and
it's like the best.
Everybody's so nice.
It's the best PR we've gotten in so long. We look so good, and everyone is having a blast, like discovering all this stuff. You're right. They really are. And interacting with each other, and we just seem like really, really good hosts so far. It's great.
Yeah,
I'm so happy.
I think it was an English dude. He's in town, and he saw that there was like some ceremony in Alabama or Texas or wherever he was, and he's like, I went into town and watched them, do this parade, and he's like, they all have such pride, and he's like, they were respectful and took off their hats for the national anthem, and he goes, everything was so well done, everybody was so nice. He's like, there was food and things to do everywhere. He's like, we don't have anything like this back home.
They're going to museums and like visiting these places, these historical sites and stuff. It's really cool.
It's so cool.
And positive. Like it's a good, all of it's like a good heartwarming thing. It's been fantastic. And the play has been really good. I've got Norway and Iraq on in the background, and you would think that would be pretty one-sided, and it's been extremely close. And it's just, where else outside of this world stage are you going to have these two countries in competition in, where's this one at? I wanted to say LA, but I think that's the 9 o'clock. I'll miss, there's a 9 p.m. and a 12 a.m. match, and I'm like, I've got to miss those. It's not going to happen. I've missed all of the like midnight starts.
I'm sure both me and Cesar, it wasn't a surprise to us because we've, watched a lot of stuff about Japanese culture, but how everybody was absolutely shocked that like after the game that like all the Japanese spectators like just started like brought out their own trash bags and started like cleaning up the stands and stuff. I saw one American dude talking about, he's like, this I can't believe they're doing this. He's like, he's like, it would be so much better if everybody did this. He goes,
It's
I
not
don't think that's
hard.
gonna happen, but
It's not hard. Don't throw your cup under the seat when you're done. Don't just leave the popcorn sitting there. Just carry it out with you. They give us
yeah, that is
receptacles
one
for
thing.
this.
It's like most people are like, ah, they got staff for that, and oh, I'm not. It's everywhere. Ah, it's fine. They'll clean it up, and it's like, no,
You're not taking away from what their role is if
leave it.
you tidy yourself
Yeah,
up and they can pick up what you left behind. I mean, you probably did
leave it
this as
clean.
you probably did this as a dad too. You didn't let your baby just destroy whatever restaurant y'all went to. Like you went behind
No,
and you got the crumbs and noodles and whatever else they dropped, and you put it on a dirty plate or whatever, just like you would have at home.
my sisters worked in the service industry as as waitresses and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I like we routinely, and I've carried it on continuously. Like we go somewhere, and I'm the person like gathering the plates and like stacking them and making sure the table's kind of wiped and clean and.
Yep.
Like it's just like it's like, yeah, it's their job, but don't be an asshole.
Make this easy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's watching us or just coming by it naturally, but my oldest child does it. They will stack and like consolidate food and have it ready to go, and I'm like, oh, okay, all right. Did it at Waffle House the other day, specifically. Second Waffle House reference. Fans are digging the Waffle House. I don't know
Oh
if you
gosh, they're absolutely loving it.
all over some Waffle House. Like, look at all this I got for
No.
breakfast.
Yeah. Like $12, and I got this
Yeah.
specifically like Aussie man. He's like, Waffle House needs to come to Australia. They'll make a killing. Please come to Australia.
It's a good
He's like,
business
me and my
model.
wife have been here every morning.
It'd be hard to recommend
It's
something else.
it's
Like
good.
if
It's
you
good
knew there was
shit,
one
man.
in the vicinity, what else are you recommending? Like, yeah, you guys need to go
Right?
there. The Speaking of the Japanese cleaning up in the stands, the team did that in the locker room. Have you seen the picture of the locker room?
Uh-uh.
All the trash is consolidated. All the used bottles are together, like for recycling. They folded the towels back up after they used the towels and such. Like they're all tight and ready to go.
It doesn't surprise me.
Yeah,
It
it's
doesn't surprise me.
crazy. Jameis Winston, he's a quarterback for the New York Giants, I think, but he won a championship with Florida State years ago. He was was he wearing a Japan kit? He was helping them clean. He was up there with the bag, like walking around with them. And he's just out there. Like you would like a bunch of his quotes and stuff. He's just a really cool dude. And it totally fits for him. KT says they're in love with free refills too. That is a big deal. Like all the Coke. I can't remember.
Gosh.
It's one my brother sent me, I think, but it's like, it's all the Coke we could drink. They just kept.
Yeah. Is it the Italian dude?
It might
And he
be.
just like chugs like 3 of them.
Yeah.
And he's like, dude, stop. You've got to stop. That's too much sugar. He goes, I'm going to keep doing it.
All the Coke there I can drink. And chips and salsa. Cesar sent us the Japanese dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't even ordered yet, and they're bringing us chips and salsa. We haven't paid for this. We haven't ordered. They're bringing us chips and salsa.
We didn't earn this. And they're full on chips and salsa.
We look so good, man. It's so heartwarming. I love every minute of it. It's been nothing but positivity. It's so great. What a great tournament, a great showcase for us. Yeah, it really is. The free refills. It's the simple things, man. It puts things in perspective for you too, because I'm always like, man, I wish I could go here. I wish I could go there. We've got some pretty great things here and some great luxuries. And Waffle House. My cousin lives in a part of the country that doesn't have Waffle House, and they go nuts every time they're here. And I know that it's a thing with them. Oh, it used to be this long line, like when they would come down. It was Crystal, Krispy Kreme, Chick-fil-A, Waffle House. Now it's Zaxby's. And they've gotten, like, I'll hear an update, like, we've got so-and-so in Boise. We've got so-and-so in Coeur d'Alene. We've got so-and-so in Portland. And I'm like, okay, it's like there's a Chick-fil-A. I think Chick-fil-A lost a little bit of a spark. Plus, they hammer it. When they're here, they just go in on fucking Chick-fil-A. I'm like, man, you got to give that shit a break. Just go. And Zaxby's.
Hey, I saw Chick-fil-A's going international. They're actually going, I think, to the UK.
I mean, it'll be interesting to see what happens like after the World Cup, what divisions of, money talks, right? You're going to have somebody who says, "Hey,
Yeah.
we've gotten this huge call for this in France or whatever, and we'd love to have a franchise here." And money talks with that stuff. They have the ways to make it happen. That was good, heartwarming. I like it. Just built a second Chick-fil-A here in my town, says Box. We're in the land of the Chick-fil-A's.
We're in the hometown.
Yeah, we're legit
Headquarters.
we're the hometown. And it's interesting, my new place of employ, Brent, is a little bit further out. Like, nobody grew up with dwarf houses. I'm used to dwarf houses and hot browns and
Yeah.
all the specifics that came along. Carrot and raisin salad, I know you remember that. And it's like these Chick-fil-A staples that I grew up with that people on that end, they didn't have dwarf houses. They have no clue that those things were Chick-fil-A items. Well,
Yeah.
even my kid balks at like hamburger. Their whole thing is eat more chicken. I'm like, they used to have hamburgers. Like it was it was a thing.
Hamburgers.
Yeah, it wasn't a big deal. You got that or you got a chicken sandwich.
I think some of the Truett's you can still get a hamburger.
Yeah.
It just depends.
Which typically the dwarf houses turned into some brand of Truett's, They rebranded as that of sorts. All right, Norway's up 3-1.
Most of these people out of this area too haven't seen the other restaurants because Truett's has Truett's Luau and oh gosh, what's the other one? There's like another place they have. The Luau is like the
Hawaiian stuff, right? Pineapple,
kind of Hawaiian-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 meals a day from
It's a
Chick-fil-A.
different
That's
menu.
what you would see on the signs.
I know there's Blue Plate, which is like those small ones that have been popping up, but they're like the ones you go in and order at a kiosk and your food just comes out of the wall or whatever. It's like there's no
like Star
tables or
Trek.
anything. It's like a grab and go. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, they're basically getting to that with their heavy drive-through emphasis now, right? They redid all of them to have like 2 drive-throughs, and there's one probably equidistant between us that is solely a drive-through. You just drive through it, and that's it. You can't go in and sit down. It just it's like a drive-through chicken factory. Sounds attractive.
I know we haven't gotten the they tested it in a completely different market. I don't know why they didn't test it in the hometown, but Cesar was going on about that when they were doing that Chick-fil-A pizza.
Yeah. Yep. That never hit the big time, right?
I don't think so. No, I've never seen it. He sent us that like one what was the name? It was something like Fulton something. It might have been like Fulton in Fulton County, but it was like Fulton County, yeah. Like Utah or something. It was somewhere way off. He's like, damn it.
So close, but yet so far.
So close.
Yeah. That's wicked. Oh, Chick-fil-A.
Oh, all right.
Ready to get this thing on the road?
Yeah, let's get it started.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 401 of the NOFODcast. We are No Outside Food or Drink, the Southeast premier video game and World Cup appreciation podcast, potentially. Also, we discussed Chick-fil-A for a long time here in the preamble. Oh, we're right in the middle of the throes of the World Cup, so I think we were kicking around in the pre-show, which all that stuff will be on YouTube. It'll be after the credits here on the audio recording if you're an audio listener, but just some of the cool things that our country's kind of highlighting during while we host the World Cup as a co-nation with Canada and Mexico. But there's some really cool stuff. We look good. It's heartwarming.
Good.
It is a feel good. Yeah.
Feel good experiences. Heartwarming experiences.
Yeah. There's a lot of negativity out there, and the news can be ho-hum and Debbie Downer, but people are coming here to watch some football, and they're having a good time, and they're discovering all sorts of stuff, and we get to like live it through their eyes. As KT mentioned, free refills is a big highlight. I've seen that in so many places.
Yeah.
It's like, this is cool.
I don't have to pay for this again?
Yeah, look how much soda I can get. I need some content with somebody going to a Costco or a Sam's Club and getting the $1.50 hot dog and Mountain Coke.
They're like they love it was a French guy. He was talking about how like he's like, we're so Viva la France. He's like, we need to be Viva America. He's like, they've got so many things over here we don't have. He's like, we need a Costco. He's like, we need a revolution to bring Costco over there.
The next French Revolution is centered around Costco.
He's like, you can go to Costco and buy your whole life, everything, anything you want. It's there.
Yeah. We talked some friends of ours into getting a card, and I was like, congratulations, that $5 chicken will be the best $600 you ever spend each trip.
Mm-hmm.
We have an intern at work, and I was given an economics lesson regarding Costco putting all the paper products, the stuff you buy the membership for, the paper towels, the toilet paper, all in the back. You have to go past everything else in the store to get to those essentials. And then they got a dedicated spot under the buggy for you to put those paper products, and then you fill up the top of it with everything else. So they definitely have a model. And the $1.50, the loss leader that is the hot dog and Coke.
Hot dog.
Yep. Unlimited refills. We haven't heard our visitors in the US talk video games much, but I guess we'll end up doing the video game chat. I need to play one of the World Cup games. That'd be a fun stream. I got big into the 2010 World Cup, South Africa. I had just gotten a iPod Touch. Yes, I had an iPod Touch. I had an Android phone, but I had an iPod Touch. And I got that FIFA game for that. And I was a whiz at playing that game. That's probably my most played FIFA, is just having that iPod like in my pocket, and I could fire it up real fast. I mean, people do it with their phones now, but I had an older, that might have been when I had the Motorola Droid, like one of the early, you remember the Droids? Droid Incredible, like what Motorola is, HTC Droid. But it was one of the first ones that didn't have the keyboard and all that. But I had that iPod Touch like as a side by side, and it was my gaming thing. Yeah. Doodle Jump, and man, I killed the hell out of that damn FIFA South Africa 2010. That was a good ass game. But actual news, non-World Cup stuff, actual video game news, a little bit lighter this week. Last week was all news. We were coming off
jam-packed.
Absolute jam-packed, coming off 2026's version of E3. This week, multiple Xbox studios facing closure. I think if Box stays around with us, I would like to hear some of their insight for that. EA is injecting ads into your games? ? I don't know about this one. More Ubisoft layoffs. God, this is the layoff show, huh? Right after the showing of the strength of the industry, we have Layoff City. I feel like it's been like that for a couple of years, though. So. And last but not least, we have Game Pass Wave 2 and your PlayStation Extra and Premium titles. I'm one of your hosts, Richard Bergman, joined tonight by Newsmaster Brant McKee.
Hey, I'm the other one.
Brant, welcome. What's your order at Waffle House for all of our international listeners?
Right now it's got to be definitely order hash browns.
Okay.
You can do
scattered, smothered, and covered.
Or you can do them all the way.
Okay.
I stay with what is it, like smothered, peppered,
chunked.
Can't remember.
Chunks of ham. You get chunks of ham in there.
No, it wouldn't be bad. That wouldn't be bad.
It sounds pretty good.
And probably like a classic waffle, or I like pecan, or add pecan and peanut butter chips to that thing.
That same cousin I was telling you, they're coming down for Waffle House. I teased them about the pecan waffle being seasonal. Like, I don't think they have it right now. I think that's a seasonal. I think the pecan waffle is seasonal. So whenever she finds one, she'll send me a picture, and she's like, "It's in season." it's like a bit. It's a bit we have with the seasonal pecan waffle, like, just to harass her because she lives for that thing. I used to get it's off menu, like the old heads. COVID changed a lot of stuff, especially with Waffle House.
Yeah,
but I have never. So I have ordered this until recently. I found something else. But I would order, they call it the Fiesta omelet, and you can get a 3-egg version. And it used to be on the menu. It's been off the menu since COVID when they simplified everything. But I have yet to meet somebody who doesn't know that. I'm like, Fiesta omelet, 3-egg. And then I kind of pause, I wait, and they're like, what side and what kind of toast do you want? And I'm like, they know what's up. They're already aware. But now they have a protein bowl. What do they call that thing? Chicken protein bowl or something?
Yeah. Something like that.
Low carb. It's that chicken that comes in the pack.
Chicken or the steak.
Oh, it's so good. Tons of eggs, jalapenos, ham, onions, like cheese, all my favorite shit, and all low carb. And then I blow it by eating like a bite of my kid's raisin toast or something. But my main meal is totally good. And their coffee. Their coffee always hits, but it is never ready to go. I'm never like, and what I'll do is I won't make coffee at home. Special coffee. They do have a dark roast. You can ask for a dark roast and get them to brew dark roast. But it's like every time I'm waiting, and I do it to myself because it's like just brew a cup or two to travel over there, right? But I'm like, I'm gonna get coffee. I'm gonna get my standard. I'm gonna be ready to go, but the coffee's never ready to go. Damn it. Renee says my Waffle House orders 5 scrambled eggs with cheese, toast, bacon, and 4 waffles. Renee, you eat 4 waffles? Are you serious? 4 waffles? That's a typo. What is the 4 next to on the keyboard?
No. He's
E-waffles? R-waffles? There's no way that is not humanly possible. We need a Waffle House live stream.
He used to be a trucker, so.
Yeah. Renee, it's in your DNA, just like having to pound those things down.
Yeah.
4 waffles?
Stop at a Waffle House. You're going to eat.
Man.
4 waffles.
Good God.
Stack them up.
If there's one meal called the All-Star, what would you call this thing? This is a man's meal.
Oh.
I'd like 4 waffles. Damn it, Renee.
It's the All-Star. It's a galactic breakfast right there. It's
there
cosmic
we go.
Breakfast.
Cosmic breakfast.
Yeah.
Primordial breakfast. The origin of all life started with 4 waffles. He's doubling down. Yes, 4 waffles. He says Cesar, he knows.
Go for it,
dude.
Man.
I believe you, man. I believe you. Holy shit. That's a hell of a meal. Death Star. Thinking Inside the Box calls it the Death Star. That's perfect. That's pretty good. You don't have the All-Star, you have the fucking Death Star.
I like it. The Death Star. Yeah.
There it is. Not even 15 minutes in. We have our episode title. That works. Brant, multiple Xbox studios facing closure. I think we've been keeping up with this enough not to read this news article, but
yeah, we can refer to it, but yeah, I don't think we really have to.
No, because Bloomberg started the reporting. According to Bloomberg and corroborated by BGC via Andy Robinson here, VideoGamesChronicle.com, Xbox Studios Compulsion. They did South of Midnight and what was the one before that?
Few?
We Happy Few. Yes. Yep, that's it. You're right. Double Fine of Keeper, Kiln, Psychonauts. That's their big ones, right? Fame.
Yeah.
And Ninja Theory facing closure, it's claimed. They're also in negotiation to not be shut down and to be potentially spun off from Xbox and purchased by somebody else. Jason Schreier notes in his reporting that Ninja Theory announced a new game just last week at the Xbox Game Showcase.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part.
Announce a new Senua game and then like, oh yeah, we may get rid of you.
And all these games were like critical darlings, like super successful as far as like, I mean, we raved about all of them on the show. I think Keeper was the only one that slid under the radar. I didn't play any of that one. The Lighthouse game that moves around. And Kiln, did Kiln come to everything, or was that just Xbox and PC? The kind of multiplayer.
I want to say it's just Xbox PC.
Okay.
I don't
Yeah.
believe it went on everything.
This is a shocking one. Right after the show, Xbox sent out a memo about like resetting the business. It came from Aisha Sharma and Matt Booty, like the top two heads. And you had
They're doing a like 100-day reset or something
yeah.
like that. So
And I guess some of these, like, we had always thought with Game Pass, like grabbing these super talented studios to help pad out your lineup and bring some of this great content to the service. Like I said, games which we enjoyed. I know the Senua game was one of our game club games back in the day. And they're just, I guess they're looking at the numbers and they're like, hey, this isn't working out for us. And you kind of saw that. I mean, of course, nobody can predict something like this. Maybe the signs are on the wall, but they led that Xbox Game Showcase with your heavy hitters. Like, I raved about it. Like, okay, we got Gears, then we got Fable, then we got Halo. Like, this is Xbox. Here we go. But I think from this reporting, they're going to start doubling down on those big franchises and not taking a chance on these Game Pass studios to pad out the lineup and such. I'm not sure what the term is. Box is 3.3% profit. I saw it noted. I saw it noted somewhere like these Xbox is still successful. Like they're still making money. They're just not making what they want to make on this.
yeah,
it's not a loser.
And wasn't one of the reports at the end of last week or over the weekend talking about how Microsoft may spin the whole of Xbox Studios into its own subsidiary?
Yeah.
Which I was kind of surprised that they hadn't already done that because, I mean, most, like, Sony has so many different divisions. But
it almost seems like they're throwing these formerly independent, like they were grabbed up.
Yeah.
They were grabbed up as part of these big grabs. I used the same term twice, but they padded the portfolio, right? They were accumulating these studios, very talented studios that have stood on their own before. So maybe that's what their goal is to do. The article goes on to note that Perfect Dark got canceled. Was that late last year or earlier this year? It had been announced, like been in development. They brought in Crystal Dynamics to help out. And then they just folded that whole, they called it the initiative. They folded the whole fucking, like all of it is gone. They just got rid of every bit of it. So maybe it's a positive that they're actually giving these studios a chance to make it on their own.
But it's almost seeming like the studios themselves have to take the initiative or do all the legwork to try and find a backer or buy their own independence or, it would just, I don't know. It's this whole thing is weird. And I think both Sony and Microsoft did all this. They spent all this money buying up all these studios. And I mean, Sony, it's only estimated like however many 200 something million or whatever in Concord, but out of their whole live service push of 15, 16 some games, there's only like 4 of them that came out and only 2 of them that are still alive at the moment. You Marathon and Helldivers. The rest have gotten completely canceled or I don't even know if Fair Games will come out, but the majority of them,
I forgot all about that.
Concord got scrubbed. Naughty Dog's live service got scrubbed.
The God of War one, I guess, by Blue Point.
God of War. There was apparently a Twisted Metal one that was going to be done by Fire Sprite, and it got canceled.
Blue Point got scrubbed, the entire studio.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that Fujito Ueda, the creator of Ico and Last Guardian and Shadow of the Colossus, bemoaned the loss of Blue Point? Like, he was looking forward to doing another project with them and stuff. Like, man, it's like a visionary in our world, in our industry, that is is like pointing out Hey, we needed these people around. Renee asked something in the chat. Richard, if Microsoft sells Xbox, do you think Elon can turn them around if he bought them?
I doubt Elon would be interested.
Renee, I don't know, because I don't think money's the problem here. It's a subsect of this division, because didn't they say Copilot has lost, like, in a year, has lost more than the Xbox division had. Even, and the original Xbox famously lost, what, $1 billion a year, or $1 billion over those 4 years or something, before the 360 got it into the black from the red. I don't know that it's an Elon thing, even, Renee. And the Xbox brand, like, we kicked this around for weeks now, I feel. And just when you think it's a roller coaster, right? And
we were so hopeful.
They had
so optimistic.
They had such a great showing, and it felt like, so I was watching videos on E3's past, like, just feeling nostalgic for this, and I got a video game magazine, and I was thumbing through screenshots from an E3 and stuff. Like, we wax poetic about this all the time. But do you remember that E3 where Nintendo came out? The Revolution was exciting. The Miyamoto came out with the sword and the shield, and they had announced Twilight Princess, and it felt like this upswing of Nintendo that you hadn't had in a while. You know, there were good games for GameCube, but it didn't feel like this groundswell of, oh my God, they got something big coming. That's how Xbox felt this year. Xbox felt like, okay, they get it. They understand what this brand looks like and should be and what fans expect. And it still kind of feels like that's what they're doing, but I don't know. But we're also not CEOs for huge companies. Renee's talking about the rumors Microsoft wanted to sell Xbox. I think a lot of things are up in the air right now. They've publicly admitted to reevaluating what this Project Helix looks like. They don't know if they want to continue with that PC/gaming console thing. So I honestly think anything is on the table. We're getting they're doubling down on exclusives. We're getting a small window where that door opened, right? Where we got Gears Reloaded on PlayStation, which Wario was noting online today. Target had copies, but nobody else. There's been like no reprint of that Gears Reloaded for PS5. So I think they're like, it's like Steve Jobs coming back to Apple, right? He's like, no, we're going to lock this thing down. This is going to be an Apple ecosystem only with Apple software and Apple hardware. We're not going to license out to Compaq or whoever they were using for those Super Macs. It kind of feels like that sort of pivot. And like Halo Campaign Evolved, I guess, was far enough along to where we're going to get that on PlayStation and PC and everything. But they doubled down on like that next Gears game being Xbox only. And what was the big BioShock-esque looking game that's next year that's Xbox only? Their other big exclusive they were talking about. Looked good as fuck. Like, looked awesome.
Clockwork. Oh gosh,
I always want to say Clockwork Knight.
I just want to say Clockwork
Knight, the Sega Saturn sequel we want.
No, no, I'm gonna have to look it up.
Renee, what would you want from a Tesla box? Would just floods of money. They've done that before. That's what we got from Xbox for the past like 5 to 10 years. They threw money at stuff, and it feels like we're still Clockwork Revolution. Yes. It feels like we're still pivoting. We're trying to recover. It feels like the Xbox brand is still trying to recover from that E3 with the forced TV and media and online always connectivity, and it hasn't been right since then. And we had brief pockets like backwards compatibility, Rare Replay, Gears Ultimate, Halo Master Chief Collection. Like, there's been these bright spots, and they just haven't nailed it, and they haven't nailed the market share because the numbers are there, and they're looking at numbers we're not privy to. So that's where these decisions are coming from. Anything else we want to note in here?
I don't know. To me, honestly, it seemed like Satya Nadella came in and just kind of looked at everything, and as an outsider looking in, it doesn't seem it seems like he doesn't even understand the whole Xbox branch. It doesn't make sense to him. It possibly isn't making enough money, and he obviously now brought somebody in that he knows under him, and to me, it seems like he told Asha Sharma, "Look, make it make sense. If you can sell it to me, if you can turn this
Yeah.
around, great. If not, it's got to go." And that's almost what it feels like.
And we're not out
And I
anything. We're
hope
not
that's
we're not
not
a
the
gaming
case.
company. We're not a gaming company. We
Yeah.
make Windows. Yeah.
Yeah, they're still gonna put Microsoft Office on, or we're gonna sell that Microsoft Office subscription because everything's
Yeah.
subscription based now on every PC computer that comes out from now to the end of time. So
It's essentially a hobbyist project, right? It's not a do or
yeah,
die. And it's funny because it's the opposite of what Nintendo is. A gaming company. It's all they do. And
yeah,
it's funny because Sony is also in a similar state as Microsoft in that they have other offerings, but it's not what it used to be, where you had Walkmans and Discmans and Trinitrons
yeah.
and
They've
Vio
cut a lot of that down
computers.
too.
Yeah. So PlayStation is, correct me if I'm wrong, PlayStation is the flagpole franchise for Sony. Like that is their bread and butter. They have turned into a gaming
Yeah,
company more or less.
yeah.
Yeah.
And they
And
still sell headphones and some
oh yeah.
sound equipment and um a few other pieces of hardware here and there, but
But they sold
hell, I
Bravia to
don't even know
somebody,
if
right? Bravia
yeah,
doesn't.
they sold the Bravia name to um oh gosh, what TV? Well,
I think it's
yeah, they
whoever
sold it
makes
to
those
another TV
panels.
brand.
Yeah.
Um and I don't even know if they uh Sony had their own the video editing software at one point, Sony Vegas. I don't even know if they do software like that
Oh,
anymore or uh
I don't think I've heard of that.
yeah. It's probably on Mark Cerny's
His
Vio.
Vio computer he uses for
He's
those
probably still
tech
doing
talks.
he's probably
Oh,
editing his videos that he sends with Sony Vegas.
we love us some Mark Cerny. His tech talks are way above our heads, but they're entertaining nonetheless. And he is very passionate about what he talks about and designs. Next up, EA. Chris Golion at VGC, VideoGamesChronicle.com. Electronic Arts launches EA advertising, which it says will add brands into games in a, quote, non-disruptive way. EA advertising will let brands integrate directly into gameplay through dynamic real-time placements, from stadium signage to custom in-game content designed to enhance, not disrupt, the player experience. We know how this goes, right? Like, this is like the Duracell batteries from Alan Wake.
I mean,
the
I'm about to say we're
Kawasaki.
used to the
That
we're
was,
used to the product placement
yeah.
like in games.
And these this feels like a bad
Pizza
door to
Hut,
open. This feels like a
Pizza
bad
Hut
door to
and
open,
Crazy
right?
Taxi,
Yeah.
along with Tower Records and what
KFC
was
was like
the other
all
one?
Yum brands in that.
KFC. Yeah.
And what you got from that is issues with licensing down the road as far as
Mhm.
re-releases on things. So as a preservation standpoint, but these are live games, right? They're mostly talking about the EA Sports titles. So
Yeah.
what's the preservation?
And
It's important. EA FC football 2026 is important. It's as important as Crazy Taxi for the Dreamcast. I'm not gonna
mhm.
diminish its impact on the industry or the development team that works on it, but they're a little bit different injecting these ads into like a scoreboard. That actually feels like an authentic experience.
Yeah. And if you scroll down, there's a picture that they show already of what is this? EA Sports College Football, and it shows the field is themed. It's got like the Visa logo on part of the field as well as the Chime logo.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's not horrible. And in this application, those brands actually look natural. That looks like what you would see in a broadcast. Box says, I don't think ads have ever enhanced any of my experiences. Live games can alternate billboard and product ad space. Yeah. I mean, that was the dream all this time ago, right? Is that you're playing Madden and you see these advertisements and then there's a link to order from Pizza Hut or whatever. Couldn't you do that with Connect? Mm-hmm. Couldn't you order Domino's or something with, hey, Xbox? I think so. you could order pizza with one of those. I mean, they're all fighting for. I don't like it. I don't want any of this stuff. But all these brands and these advertising, they're all fighting for our eye share and mind share all the time. Everything you do, all the social media you look at, every commercial on TV, ads online, on web pages. I'm getting one now for, it's just ad choices, but there's some sort of ad playing on this VGC on the bottom of the site. Like we're inundated with it. This is.
Yeah.
Oh, Box says you can order on the Wii. I don't remember that via the Wii.
The Wii?
Yeah. Wii Domino's.
I remember when this story just popped up the other day for me. I think it was via X. And, of course, all the comments on it are like, how much money does EA need? Somebody talking about like, oh, great. I can't wait to watch a 60-second ad after I die on Battlefield. And so,
oh no,
it's like where does it stop? Where does it stop? And what is? Oh well, you're waiting to respawn, so it's not going to be a
oh no
intrusive. This ad isn't. You're already waiting for this or that, and
or you could pay $5 Battlefield bucks to skip the ad and respawn faster.
Was it one of the earn them like 2K games? People had already had that like an ad pop up on their Xbox with one of the 2K games, and they came out. This was like earlier this year or late last year, where they had to come out and like, oh yeah, sorry, that was a weird glitch. It was y'all were trying something out.
I remember. I don't remember specifically No, I do remember that story. We talked about this story. Yeah, they flipped something on by accident, kind of like the cross-play with Fortnite all those years ago. Remember, Xbox was doing it to us when we would boot up the Series X. It would give us an ad for something.
Yep.
That went away pretty fast, though, it seems.
Hell, if I boot up the 360, it has like an ad about like buy a Series X.
Buy a Series X.
It's like upgrade your console now. Yeah. Upgrade to the Series X.
I think Sony was doing that. Sony was doing that in preparation for something. I don't know if it was the new Call of Duty or I think that was in the news not too long ago saying, hey, the next one's not available. Yeah. You saw the same story?
People on the PS4 were getting ads for PS5, like upgrade to PS5 now.
You're not going to be able to play either Warzone or the next Call of Duty or whatever it was that was not going to be on PS4. Box says in the chat, can't wait to be charged every time I reload my weapon. Yeah. Or pay to play. Skip the ad.
Yeah.
Battlefield Premium.
Every time you reload that gun, you just, instead of hearing like a click or something, you just cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
This reload is brought to you by Crystal. Come on in for 12 for 12. Get a sack full. Yeah. But then will they censor your stream? Like, will that be the equivalent of
oh, gosh.
Brant, you know what I'm talking about? Like the music when you can't monetize this stream.
Copyright,
Yeah, where Box is trying to reload on the stream or cast a magic spell or a character dies and they're waiting for him to respawn. And then you just get that Xbox like swirling logo because it's showing some sort of advertisement that Twitch hasn't agreed to, so that you can't show your full stream on there. Renee says no more ads. Renee, I think you're onto something. I think that's the right mentality. Which Brent and I have been playing a lot of old school games. You just pop the game in and it just works. Whatever was licensed was on there. I was going down a brain trail earlier. We got Wave Races just like Wave Race 64, and I think it had the Kawasaki stuff on the cover. But I think that's how Wave Race ran into some licensing stuff back in the day. And I want to say the Japanese one maybe was more like marketed as a Kawasaki game instead of like jet ski or wave race, kind of a generic thing. But you definitely had that branding in those. And I can't remember for the Switch Online if they removed those logos or not. It might have been.
They,
It might have been
they
complete. It
might
might not
have.
have been. But then I was reading something also. Nintendo went through. It was GoldenEye. So in GoldenEye 64, GoldenEye, the game from Rare, the cartridge, there's unused likenesses in the code for the original Bonds. So up until Pierce Brosnan, so Sean Connery, George Lazenby, Timothy Dalton, Roger Moore. Is that all of them before Pierce Brosnan? Yes, that's all of them. At the last minute, they couldn't reach agreement with the state. Well, no, it was him at that point because Sean Connery just died like 4 or 5 years ago. He did not want his likeness in a video game, so they pulled the plug on that whole thing. But the code is in the cartridge. It's just not enabled unless you have ways to go back and recover this code. Nintendo scrubbed when that GoldenEye re-release came out, like for Nintendo Switch Online and stuff. People scrubbed that code. They had gotten rid of that piece that was missing, that was sitting in there, that was those likenesses could have been potentially turned on. But Nintendo went through there and got rid of all that stuff. Box says Team Coca-Cola versus Team Pepsi. That's our next Splatoon battle. You're either painting
the Splatfest.
The Splatfest is either like red on one side or blue on the other. Box, we're from Atlanta, so it's definitely Team Coke here. And everything's Cokes. You're going to pick up a pack.
Everything's a Coke.
Yep, you go pick up a 12-pack of Cokes, and somebody could be like, Diet Pepsi. And it doesn't phase you. You're like, okay, that's a 12-pack of Cokes. I'll get some Diet Pepsi.
My family's from up north, and it infuriates me anytime I hear the word pop.
Yeah, I don't like that one.
It's wrong. It's just wrong.
Pop.
Give me a pop.
Pop. Famously, this was about a year he and I worked together, but my manager at EB Games, we worked right next to a burrito store, and he would do interviews over there, and he would buy the interviewee a pop, and if the interviewee, he or she, did not thank him for the pop, that was like an immediate, they had to dig out of that hole. That was a big thing for him. He'll buy him a pop. I'm like, oh my God, get out of here with that. He was from Minnesota.
Oh, Minnesota.
Box says Coke and
up
soda.
There near
yes.
Fargo.
Where was he from? I can't remember. I'm not in touch with him as much as I am some of my old retail past, but he would be an interesting one to catch up with and see how he's doing. That's it for the product placement in EA games. Oh, they mentioned some of the brands: Visa, Lowe's, Red Bull, Xfinity, and Peacock, and Mountain Dew. I mean, Mountain Dew and video games kind of goes hand in hand, right? So that's not really jarring. Mountain Dew and Doritos. All right, Brant, give me bad news about Ubisoft Studios.
Oh, Ubisoft is laying more people, closing its Winnipeg and Belgrade studios and restructuring its Barcelona office. Yay. Which could result in as many as 380 job losses. Barcelona will be restructured to focus solely on Rainbow Six projects. In addition, Ubisoft has internally announced its organizational changes. We've talked about this before, where they restructured everything into those weird categories.
Yeah.
They know Winnipeg was founded in 2018, comprised of around about 100 employees focusing on developing technologies such as the game engines Anvil and Snowdrop. And Ubisoft Belgrade was founded in 2016, contributed to games including The Crew 2, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, Raiders Republic, and Skull and Bones. Ooh, the
Quad A game. Quad A. Those are all live servicey things, right? Those are not.
Eh,
There's no way to preserve The
yeah.
Crew 2, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, Riders Republic, or Skull and Bones, right? Well, Skull and Bones kind of has a single player mode.
Closures and restructuring come as part of Ubisoft's global savings plan, which so far resulted in the cancellation of at least 6 games and postponement of 7 others, and multiple studio closures, resulting in hundreds of job losses this year. And then the rest of this article goes over those losses, how in March, at least 100 job losses, and then also the proposed elimination of up to 200 jobs at the headquarters in Paris.
If we've learned anything, then this model's not sustainable, right? Whatever's happening in the industry overall, if you're not Nintendo, is not sustainable. We don't get it publicized with Nintendo. We don't read about these. As a matter of fact, when Nintendo was not doing well, Satoru Iwata took a pay cut.
Yep.
Do we see Xbox execs taking pay cuts? Do we see Jim Ryan's taking pay cuts for poor decisions? He just fades off into the pension retirement sunset and plays Gran Turismo.
Say he just retires and watches the world burn as he collects.
And refuses to play old video games. It is time for our Megan Spur update. Coming to Xbox Game Pass. Available today. This is as of today, June 16th. Good job on the news, Brant. Current news. Hot off the Megan Spur presses. Available today, Junkster. Available day one on Game Pass. Junkster is a 3D action platformer with an awesome building mechanic. I haven't seen anything about this, but I have recently vacated Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass.
Yep.
So that is a day one release. Coming soon to Game Pass Ultimate, Premium, and PC Game Pass, Call of Duty Vanguard. That'll be tomorrow, June 17th, or probably today if you're listening on the audio. This is a Sledgehammer game. The campaign was by Sledgehammer. I need to check this one out. I'm on my World War II kick, but we'll discuss in a little while if I pivot from that or not. EA Sports FC 26. This seems fortuitous. Good time during the World Cup to put your football game out there. Abyssus, June 25th. Coming to Game Pass, Ultimate, Premium, and PC. RV there yet? I think we all have this for PC, right? This is one of those co-op games.
I believe, yeah. This is one that I think you got everybody.
Did I send it to everybody?
If I remember correctly, yes.
We need to play this. We need to have another PC streaming night. That was a lot of fun when we did. It was a combination of Left 4 Dead and what was the one with those funky looking we had those like mouth bot things.
Oh my gosh.
We were creeping around. I've got it. Repo. I've got it on this machine.
Repo. Hey, Repo.
God, we had a blast with that.
It was so good.
We have fun with Old Man Halo.
They've done a lot of updates too, so
we need to dip back in and check that out. I had fun. I have so much fun with Old Man Halo, obviously. We play it multiple times a week. I have not laughed as hard as I did that night we did the Left 4 Dead on PC and Repo. That was so much fun. We need to give these a go. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4 coming to Game Pass Premium, joining Ultimate and PC Game Pass. These are your top tiers. I haven't seen... Oh, there's one. It's coming up. My Game Pass Essential. I see one of my titles on there. Winds of Arcana, Ruination. Coming to Game Pass Ultimate, Game Pass Premium, and PC Game Pass July 6th. So that's out there. It's about half a month away. Brant says it's a Metroidvania. It might be a Brant game.
Oh.
I haven't seen anything on that. Winds of Arcania. In case you missed it, coming to Game Pass Essential. Now arriving, Game Pass Essential for Richard. The Elder Scrolls Online for PC. June 2nd. So that's already out as of this recording. Oh, this is the in case you missed it section. Wolong Fallen Dynasty comes to the top tiers. Beatdown. Wolong. I read it wrong. I read Wolong wrong. Beatdown City Survivors comes to the top tiers. 33 Immortals to the top tiers. And there's game updates for Call of Duty Black Ops 7, Sea of Thieves, EA Sports College Football. Oh, that's EA Sports College Football 27 early access trial coming July 2nd. Okay. If you have Game Pass Ultimate, you get to play that for 10 hours. That's a big deal for some people. In-game benefits we're going to skip. Leaving June 30th. Mecha Break, Payday 2, Rise of the Tomb Raider. It says Rise of Tomb Raider. Rise of the Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider, Slay the Spire, Ultimate Chicken Horse, Volcano Princess, and Unpacking. My kids played through Unpacking and thoroughly enjoyed that game. That's it's not cozy. It's stressful. The emotion of the story starts to get to you. Rise of the Tomb Raider is interesting because we just got a Asper developed Switch 2 port of that announced.
Yep.
So, or it came out. I think it Shadow Drop the same day as the Direct, or
yeah, I think so.
World release, the day of the show that came out. Really? I don't know what to call it. Like available now. That's usually what they do, right? So thank you, Megan Spur. That is your Xbox update.
All right, and then we have your PlayStation Premium and Extra.
Oh yeah.
Starting with your Extra titles. The big one is Final Fantasy 16.
I love this game
for PS5.
I love this game. This is one of
some people absolutely hated it. I don't understand. You loved it. I loved it. The story was good.
Loved it. The story was
good. Little action RPG.
Fantastic. Great little action
I thought
RPG.
It was awesome.
Yeah. I still need to go back to that DLC, but I feel like I got out of this what I wanted. I know the DLC is good. I've heard it's great, but it needs to be like some time before I want to dip back into. I got everything I needed. Like it was full circle for me. Like Toy Story 3. I don't think I needed Toy Story 4 or 5, but they make money.
No, you didn't.
They make money, so. And I haven't seen the kids want to see the 5th one, but I haven't seen the 4th one yet.
I saw the 5th one and no.
Really?
I'm not gonna see it. Yeah, it's beating a dead horse.
My sweet, beautiful child asked me. We were talking sequels and these sorts of things. Like, why are they still making Star Wars? I'm like, it makes money. They're not going to stop doing something that makes money. It doesn't matter if the story came to its ultimate culmination or anything like that. And I think back, it's random because we did I think I was in 5th grade. We did this super deep dive on Arthur Conan Doyle and all the old Sherlock Holmes adventures. And he got tired of writing. It was like a serial thing. He got tired of writing the character. So he killed the character off. He wrote all the stories he wanted to write, but the people were clamoring in the newspaper or magazine or periodical or whoever he was writing for, like, came after him and was like, we need this. And all he resurrected this character that he didn't want anything else to do with. Like, the Matrix should have been an open-ended, we don't know where this is going to go. Neo's going to fight the machines. Like that could have just been it and been perfectly fine, but it made so much money. That steamroller has to keep going. You gotta keep churning out these sequels and such. So, you saw the new one? You saw Toy Story 5?
No.
4, the last one.
I saw 4.
Okay.
Yes.
And 4 is forgettable or just here's another one.
Yeah, I didn't like it. Yeah. At that point, my kid was still young enough and he wanted to see it. So we're like, okay, yeah, sure, And then after watching it, I'm like, no, that we did not need this.
The draw for me, just from a cinema standpoint, is it's always like a super highly rated 4K Blu-ray. People rave about Toy Story 4. And there's a couple on that list that are not good films that will consistently be at the top of that list. Like, these Blu-rays just look amazing. I mean, the movie might not be so great, but the quality is just fantastic. And that one's always near the top of the list. And out of a curiosity, we'll make it a movie night, that sort of thing, and check it out. Final Fantasy 16, phenomenal video game.
And then next up we have Sonic Cross Shadow Generations, PS4, PS5. Kingdom Come Deliverance for PS4, PS5. Life is Strange Double Exposure for PS5. Farming Simulator 25 for PS5. Blades of Fire That's also PS5 as well as Black Desert. And our one and only PlayStation Premium for this month, which we already knew about, is Gutaru Man for PS4, PS5. It's a
Gitaru Man.
PS2 wacky rhythm game. Looks pretty interesting. I never played this one back in the day, so
Brand, I have never played Gitaru Man. I've
heard it's pretty good.
I remember a copy being in my store and being like $70 or $80, which at the time was preposterous for a PS2 game. Yeah. It was like, this is why? And it's because it had a small print run, but that cult of like it just word of mouth. Because I think you could beat it in like an hour. I think you can play through the whole game in an hour. And then it got a PSP sequel. And that game is still expensive.
Yes.
So it got ported, or no, it wasn't a sequel, it was a port, right? It got ported to PSP. Gitaru Man Lives, I think, is the name of that one.
Yeah,
but this might be worth a playthrough, and it's just a button mash rhythm game, right? That's how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
And it was only panned for how short it was, which in today's day and age, I don't need a super long video game. If I could play through something in an hour, that sounds like a good time to me.
Yeah. If you have fun with it, yeah, why not?
Yeah. Great soundtrack. I think this soundtrack came out today on Spotify, maybe other music streaming services of choice. And I did see that it has a platinum trophy, so you can get a platinum trophy with this PS2 rhythm game. It's one I've always wanted to add to my collection, but I think it's only going up in cost. Maybe this will help drop the value. Because I'd still like to see how it looks on a CRT. Do these play, correct me if I'm wrong, do these PS2 classics play, if you have premium, do they play on PS4 still?
Yeah.
Okay.
They have a PS4 and PS5 version.
So it's not like Switch 2 only having access to certain ones, or GameCube versus the original Switch. Gitaru Man Lives. Here's the PSP version, 75-ish for the NTSC copy by Koei. The PS2 game I see anywhere from $150 to $200 and something dollars. So if you have premium and you look at playing through Gitaru Man on that service, that's not a bad value proposition for what they're bringing. You know, not something that's easily accessible. I do like when stuff like this comes out. Very cool. A good assortment of titles. Famous titles. Gitaru Man. In my recent eBay search history is Guns of the Patriots PS3 Greatest Hits, because that version has the trophy patch for Guns of the Patriots on the disc, which I recently discovered. Which, from a preservation standpoint, starts becoming more interesting as the years go by. Brant McKee, over the past 2 weeks, because last week was all news, I beat a video game. And
you hardly ever do that, sir.
I hardly ever do that. This was a hard-fought one, and this was a title that I have been playing since the year of our Lord 2002, when my cousin got a copy for the PS2. But I completed Medal of Honor Frontline for the PlayStation 2. Everyone go play this if you haven't yet. I know Box has heard me talking about it for weeks. Brent, you've heard me talking about it for weeks. There are 2 missions in this game that felt like my Dark Souls, and I was never going to be able to finish this game. But I brute forced it, and to steal Cesar's phrase, the RNG eventually smiled upon me. On the very last mission, the game's been gearing up to. You start off in the beaches of Normandy, like that's the landing, and that's the big super large scale assault on the beach, and there's all these things going off, and it's a great set piece. But it delves into a lot of stealth, and that's kind of the design of the game. I joked about how he shows his papers and sneaks past guards and all that, but it ends up being a lot of like behind the scenes stealth and reconnaissance, and that's how you get around limitations of the PS2, right? You don't have you can't render all these open world scenarios and battles and stuff, so a lot of sneaking missions and stealth things, and combing through a train or a submarine, like a narrow hallway where it doesn't have to render a whole lot of stuff. The last level has like the classic of that era where it's just a massive enemies and then a boss after that. So I died many times to the massive enemies. And just like the tank level that I talked about, I find a little alcove off to the side. And on the last mission, you have every weapon available. So I've got rocket launchers and grenades and all sorts of stuff. And I just waited for them to push and try to take over this little hallway. And I blew them up. And I burned through the rocket launchers. And then I burned through the grenades. And I made it out of that little hellhole. And there's health everywhere. If you survive that wave and they all come towards you, you've got some health out there. Then remember like instant fails in old school games, and it's just like, oh, that's it. Restart the mission. You go through into like an airplane hangar, and the roof caves in, and it killed my character immediately. And I'm like, what did I do wrong? What happened? So I had to do the same maneuver, cheese the hallway, kill everybody. So I started to go in there again the next play, and I backed out of that thing and watched it all collapse. Like there was no indicator. Nothing told me like this thing's gonna crumble in and destroy you. So I just had to learn by getting killed by it. So I was like, okay, let's go again. And then you're looking at the final boss. He's got this prototype plane, and you've been told like, you know, the Germans can turn the tide of the war if this plane goes into production and stuff. And I've stolen this character's briefcase. I got the plans. And this is the final confrontation with him.
Holding up the papers.
Yeah, holding up the papers. Look, I'm legit. The guy told me I was handsome. He's like, oh, there's a handsome picture of you on there. Just the writing and stuff was so good. And so he had a couple bodyguards. And the sniping in Medal of Honor Frontline is second maybe only to Halo or a really good Call of Duty sniper rifle. It's so satisfying. And that was probably my most played weapon through the game. And I took out his elite bodyguards, and then he's just kind of like ducking between crates, and I'm sniping him, and I'm like, am I doing anything? There's no like damage counter. Remember, you'd get a boss and you'd have like a damage counter you're trying to dwindle down, and maybe his shield first and then the damage or something. Like God of War would do that, and a whole bunch of games of that era. And then he falls over and it's like Sturmgeist has been defeated, and I'm like, I pull up the menu to see what my objectives are, and it's steal the plane, and I can see the plane. I'm like, is it this easy? Like, what's gonna happen now? I'm gonna walk out there and get murdered. Something's gonna happen. And you walk up to the plane, and it's like, it says press the action button for everything. So it's press action button to get into, to open the door. Press action button to get into the, you know, like the armored guns, like the standing guns when you get into those set pieces. And it says that to get in the plane. And you slip into, you feel like a cockpit view, and the plane takes off, and Patterson's like mowing down these Nazis, and the plane takes off and goes into the sunset, and then the credits rolled. And I was like, yes, at last. Medal of Honor Frontline is done. I showed that guide because I'm also on a guide kick. Box, I teased you about this last week. I'm not sure if you're still on the show or not. My thought was, hey, I'm gonna fire up another World War II game. I mentioned on the show Medal of Honor Frontline, Medal of Honor Rising Sun. The next one, timeline wise, like
supposed to be pretty good.
Release wise, it's supposed to be pretty good, and it's also the only co-op campaign in the whole series. So I'd like to play that one with Mark's Knight when he's over here. We'll play some split screen. But I was looking through. I was looking through a series. I thought I had these guides because it's like a tactical. Yep, Box is still here. Box, let me know if you have these guides. This is a tactical series, and I figured I've had all these for a long time. I've got the Xbox 360 copies. I've got them on PS2. I've got the Wii one called Double Time. But this is the Brothers in Arms series. And I found a lot that got me Road to Hill 30. What is that, a Brady game strategy guide? This is Prima did the sequel, Brothers in Arms Earned in Blood, the second one. And then this was not on Xbox or PS2. This was PS3 and 360, Brothers in Arms Hell's Highway. And I played this many years ago. It was actually before I was married. Like, you can think of these timelines and like, oh, when was I doing that? Okay, I remember I was in this house, and this is kind of how things were in my life at that time. But for strategy guides, for strategy games, I figured that'd be a pretty good get, as all the Brothers in Arms games. Remember Gearbox was making, this was a Gearbox franchise. Gearbox was making that Brothers in Arms. It was like the Furious 4 or something like that. And then they canceled that game. But also picked up some other ones. Then I gotta confirm if I have. I know I don't have this one, but this might be Brant. I might do a playthrough and stream these.
I've been thinking about that lately too.
You have too.
It's been a long time.
And this one is supposed to be the least like easy to pick up and play. I'm showing the guide to Killzone. Guerrilla Games Halo Killer as it was marketed for the PS2, which was unfair. it was never going to be a Halo Killer. I remember a friend of the show Jay playing Killzone when it came out and playing online and everything on that PS2. There's actually my old company. There's an EB Games sticker on the back. $14.99 for that guide. Box says he completed my collection, all Pre-Mint and all Brady. Finally, I bought the last one a couple weeks ago. 344 guides. So Box has a complete collection of the original Xbox strategy guides. If it was a game that came out for the original Xbox, he's got the strategy guide for it. That's awesome. Congrats on that mini collection, finishing that one. What was the last guide? Put that in the chat. But Brant, I'm thinking about Killzone. I got Killzone HD sitting on the PS3. And that one's tempting.
Hey, I'm looking at it over here. Got the
You're looking at it too?
The trilogy.
And I think, I might be wrong, but I think if you pop in that disc that has Killzone 1 HD on it, it installs from the disc and you don't have to put the disc in. I think it puts that game on your PS3. Really? I believe. I might be wrong here. I'll just roll through the rest of these. Delta Force, Black Hawk Down was in this lot. Siphon Filter 2. These are all minty. And I know we've talked about guides before, but they're fun to have sit next to you when you're playing a game. A lot of the times you get like extra artwork that's not in, say, the manual or the a Game Pro magazine, and you'll get developer interviews. To me, it's like, here's cheats, codes, and secrets in the back of this one, and an ad for other 989 Studios games. But it's a piece of gaming ephemera that we don't get anymore. Box says the last guide was Final Fight Streetwise. First one I saw for sale and saw real images of after over 5 years of looking. Yeah, that's an obscure ass game. Dang. I've got a copy of that for Xbox as well. Conflict Vietnam. This one might be on the list. I don't know if I want to jump straight into another World War II one. So Conflict Vietnam might be one. Look at this, Brant. I love finding stuff like this. And this diminishes the value for some people. This adds it for me. Somebody wrote cheat code, main menu, press, and they put the button combination in the front of the strategy guide. They wrote that in there in pen. That's fantastic.
It just adds character for me. I love that stuff.
So does. And I used to take off.
Like somebody had this, somebody loved this, somebody enjoyed this, somebody had their own experience.
And I think so many copies, even games, like when you buy games, but I specifically think of Grand Theft Auto. If you buy a Grand Theft Auto game off of eBay or something, 9 times out of 10, you're going to get a sheet of paper in there, like notebook paper or printer paper, maybe a game fact printout, and somebody's got the codes and stuff. And I'll keep rolling through these. X Squad. I think that was a PS2 launch, like strategy launch game from EA. Oh, did I show that one? Because I got Siphon Filter again. Yeah, I've already cycled through them all. That's it. X Squad was the last one. Clearance, $2.99, and that was another EB. It's another EB markdown back there on the back, $2.99. Few placeholders were well loved. Yeah, we've all got those. But I'm really thinking about playing Killzone. Brant, are you doing the same? Are we gonna do a Killzone playthrough? I wish.
We could do it, man.
Killzone 3, I think the campaign's
on this PS2 kick over here.
Yeah. Resistance 3 had a co-op campaign. I don't know if Killzone 3 has a co-op campaign. So I did. I bought that 3D TV. So I've been firing up various things. I added some money to my wallet. We mentioned that a couple weeks ago. Super easy to do. If you have PayPal or something like that linked to your PlayStation account, it's so easy to throw that money in the wallet and then it just shows up on the PS3.
Killzone 3 is 3D and Move compatible.
That's what I was going to mention. So I bought the Move sharpshooter thing back in the day. They advertised it for Killzone and I think SOCOM. But I downloaded the demo for Killzone. There's a Killzone 3 3D demo on PlayStation Store that you can still download. And I played maybe 5 or 6 minutes of that. Brant, it easily, the scale and like definition and stuff of 3D, that could easily pass as a current generation game. It's in the snow and there's all sorts of flags like waving and there's physics. And you start off with like you're on a mounted gun and these helicopters are flying through the air. It's insane. We lost something. I don't know exactly what it was. I don't know if it was variety, originality, but we lost something in that jump from that generation. And it was like the peak of high definition 3D. I don't know. We went for open worlds and multiplayer and always online and battle royales, but this game looked amazing. And I was like, oh, I got to play these from the beginning. I don't know that the stories are as connected, say, as like a Resistance, but that would be pretty cool to go through. Last but not least, Brant, I kind of alluded to this with you last week. I didn't have any of these games, and I remember them being super cheap when I was in retail, and a lot of them were pack-ins with PS2s. But I found a good deal on a lot of all the ATV Off-Road Fury titles for PlayStation 2.
Yes.
So it's 1 through 4. They were all complete. I think it was like $7 a piece when I got all of these. And I did notice the first 2 were made by Rainbow Studios. And then they got handed off to Climax. And Climax made a lot of the racing games from like PS2, Xbox, GameCube generation. A lot of good ones. So I don't think these are diminished in any way. Brant, here is an advertisement on the back. Rockin' Soundtrack. This is for the first ATV Off-Road Fury. Let me know if you like some of these artists. Rockin' Soundtrack to tear up the competition, including songs from Alice in Chains, Soundgarden, Primus, Seven Dust, and Anthrax.
Yep. All of those are great.
And then on the second one, that's the last one they advertised the soundtrack on.
The soundtrack.
Yeah, tear up the terrain with an all-new rockin' soundtrack, including songs from Garbage, one of my all-time favorites, Korn, Filter, Cypress Hill, Alien Ant Farm, and System of a Down. Tell me that alone is not worth $7 to pop.
Yeah. I want to know what tracks are on there, man.
It might be in the credits. We could talk about that after the show, though. So if I stream this and these played, what would happen there?
Ooh,
would they block us?
You'd have to turn. I think you'd have to. Well,
we don't monetize.
Could get a copyright takedown. You could, but
from one of these artists,
demonetized.
That'd be framing. I'd frame that, Brent. You know our goal.
But I looked at the back of the box here for Killzone,
Mm-hmm.
and then I even looked up on 3 and everything just to see if there was any variation. But everything just says 1 player or network play of 2 to 32 people. So
yeah, it's not a
I don't see anything about a co-ops.
Nope.
No co-ops.
All right, this ATV Off-Road Fury 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 licensed songs.
Ooh.
Yeah. Science by System of a Down.
Okay.
Parade by Garbage. Oh, he's in here as Brian David Vig. We always know him as Butch Vig. Brian David Vig. Crazy stuff. Good times. It's on the disc. They can't take it from me. They can't patch it out. Those licensed songs are mine to enjoy from here until my PS2s run out of lasers. Freaking lasers. We played some Old Man Halo together over the past couple weeks. That seems to be, we're back on that kick for a couple months now. But we streamed some Saturday night. It was myself, yourself, and Cesar. And we streamed for a little over an hour.
Had some good matches and had some bad matches.
That's typically our summary.
Up with some Halo gods.
Yeah. Emo Boy Triple X was one of our nemesis. Montanescu or whatever we call that one dude. Oh, and then there's another one we couldn't shake. We were trying to talk Bleach on there because I feel like we needed a fourth because we kept getting mismatched for some of these games. But yeah, we sat out one particular cycle just to get away from some of those Halo gods. They are punishing when they match us up with some of these people. I feel like we hang with our, we hang on our own. We hang with everybody, and then sometimes it's just like they win 50-15. It's like, where did this come from?
Mm-hmm.
They get the high ground and it's over, but I still love that game so much. I could play some tonight. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. Steam Next Fest is going on right now, and I know we've been kicking around demos and some other things, so maybe next week
I've been seeing stuff and sending y'all a bunch of stuff. You've been sending stuff, and
I want to try some things out.
There's a bunch of good looking games, man.
So many good looking games, so many demos, and like the Star Fox demo, I downloaded that and it's still sitting on my Switch too.
Yeah,
waiting to be fired.
I downloaded it, still haven't.
Too many games. But that's it for me, Brant. Go ahead.
Aside from the old man Halo, I had some emulation woes. So the one device that I've been working with, the Retroid Pocket 5, I was trying to put the finishing touches on it. I got a wireless controller, like a Bluetooth controller to
All
go.
Right. What do we go with? I'm a controller junkie.
This is the GameSir.
Okay, I've got the wired versions of those. How is the wireless one?
Nova 2.
Yeah.
Nova 2. I'm very surprised at this. It comes in its own little case, a little hard case. I take it out. It's got like the adjustable, you can adjust the stick travel and everything on it via these little adjusters on the back. It's got little back paddle buttons and a D-pad akin to the
Xbox
Series controllers.
Yeah.
Build quality is really nice. Sticks are really nice. Everything feels very, very good. Of course, it has the little dongle if you want to plug it into a PC. Otherwise, I think it'll connect to just about everything.
This is the GameSir Nova 2. That's what it's called?
Nova 2.
Nova 2. You remember about how much it was, or on sale?
I can, for reference, it wasn't very expensive.
They aren't, but like the one that I have, the little plug-in one that looks like a PS1 controller, is awesome quality. I've been very impressed with it.
Okay, so this one right now, $29. I feel like when I bought it, it was on sale, and I feel like they do drop in price every now and then too.
Hey, Hall Effect joysticks.
Almost $5 to $10 off. I can't remember exactly how much I got it for, but it was not 30, but I think I'd pay 30 to get myself one, because it's a decent quality piece of hardware there.
I love these companies undercutting like quality controllers, like 8-Bit Dough coming in and doing all these different controllers, and we're not paying $80 a pop for these things.
8-Bit Dough does have their more expensive $60 to $80 controllers, but they also do have their more budget friendly, like $20 to $30 control, and they're still good controllers. They're great controllers.
Yep.
But like I got that controller, I paired it to the device, and I was gonna mess around with it and do the make sure everything worked when plugging it into a display and everything. But I turned it on, and it checked for updates to that Rocknix OS, and it was like, oh, there's an update of it. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever, do an update.
Go ahead and run.
It did the update. I had some issues at first with the update, and it just kept like flickering. I'm like, okay, this is weird. Turned it off, turned it back on. and I would get the initial boot, see the script run like it did before, but then the screen would just go black and just sit there. I'd never see the Rocknix logo pop up. And I'd eventually pick it up and like start trying to like put it to sleep or wake it up, just pressing the power buttons a couple times, and then it
Yeah.
would eventually just flash to that emulation screen that I've showed you with like all the different emulators on it. I'm like, okay, I don't like that.
No.
And then I started messing with some of the emulation, and it straight up broke some of the Sega Saturn emulation. Like one of the emulators just didn't even work anymore on
Like
there to the
the
point
core
where,
was just corrupted or something based off of the update?
well, I say broke it. There is a core on there that for some reason it'll start a game up. It'll run it fine. And some games only run with that core. If I try to run it on the other option, it won't boot up. But when I use the first core, the game boots up and everything. It doesn't register any button presses. I can't even get to
It's
like
weird.
I tried some of the like it won't even register like shortcuts to try and get to a menu or anything. And I tried to go through the back end to see if there was somewhere I could see to like update the controller layout and there was nothing. I had to use like the full there's like a 3-button combination to completely exit out of whatever emulation you're using.
Mhm.
That's, the software base, not based on the core shortcut. So
Right.
I was like, man, what is going on? And I kept messing with it, did a little troubleshooting and found out what I was afraid of. It's like, well, yeah, it sometimes happens in over the air updates. I'm like, oh great. But it's like there's you have to make sure that this certain file path is there, and if this specific one file isn't there, you've got to get it and put it in this path and yada yada yada. And if it still doesn't work, then you've just got to completely reflash I'm like,
Well,
you know
I
what?
mean, you've
I'm
had a
like,
lot of experience bouncing around these OSs, right?
yeah.
That's just yeah.
So I I had to reflash the card, which completely wiped it, again. And I spent all weekend throwing all the games and everything back on there. And right now, I've got like one more small set of games that I've just got to scrape and get the art back
Okay.
for, but everything else is completely set. And in the interim, at
Damn, that
one
thing
point I
just
just got
totally
fed
shit
up.
the bed.
Yeah, I was so pissed at it. Like I just set it to the side and was like, I'll figure this shit out later. And while I was looking at the update page on Rocknix, I noticed that there was a build for the Ambernick RG Vita Pro that I have.
The one you won, right? They
And I
sent
was
that
like,
one to you?
yes,
Yeah.
yes. And remember, I threw a different software on there, a Newly, which I had played with on some other devices and loved. And the performance for emulation was terrible on some of the stuff, where before with like the stock software, it was much better. And I was like, so I decided to play with it, threw Rocknix on here, and I have been playing this like the past 2 weeks nonstop. Um, the PS2 emulation is pretty good. I get some
Damn.
like graphical glitches or slowdown every now and then, but it'll be like a texture on the floor is weird or
Okay.
something like that.
Yeah.
I've noticed if I boost up the resolution, um because I can go up to like 2x or 3x resolution, and the game, depending on what I'm playing, usually plays fine.
Okay.
Um, but what I'm noticing is like I'll go into the menu and like the menu starts slowing down and stuff. I'm like, because I
Where
mean,
does it
you
go off the
remember how some of
rocker?
the
Was it like
I'm
timing
like,
cycles in there? How does it get so
I don't
messed
know.
up like that? Have you
I'm
seen
like, you remember how? some of those games were like, can't remember which system it is, but like even with different upscalers, it'll do that where like the menu is in a different resolution than the rest of the game,
Oh
and
yeah.
upscalers it sometimes messes everything up. So
Chrono
I just
Cross.
figured,
Chrono Cross
yep.
for the PlayStation 1 switches between 240p and 480i, and that messes with a bunch of different inputs. What's weird though
So
is like you can notice that when the menu's bogging out. The Mod Retro 64 is coming out from that, or the M64 is coming out from that Mod Retro company, and they've started sending out demo units. And I watched this one video that had an analog 3D, the Mod Retro, and a regular N64, and they turn on the cartridges at the same time, and I can't tell the difference. Like I can't see when it goes off because it looks like it's moving fine. But when you pop in Mario 64, you get that splash screen, and then you get his face, and then he's moving around. Then you go into the tracked mode where he's throwing Bowser. And I'm watching these things, and the analog, the FPGA analog, and the N64 are they're doing what you normally expect, right? Side by side. That M64 falls behind somewhere. And I don't know if it cuts frames or it doesn't render them, or I watch it and I'm just amazed at where does it go wrong? Because it definitely does. They did Star Fox 64. They started that all up at the same time, and don't move the ship. The ship just flies, right? So it's just whatever random things happen in Star Fox 64. The analog and the 64 will be so far ahead of that Mod Retro, just in the ship flying, just the R-Wing moving. It was fascinating to me. And I know it has to do with these cycle counts and clock stuff that the emulation layer is doing, which makes me think that thing's not doing FPGA, but you're using an emulation device and it's not quite nailing. You expect texture warping and weird things somewhere here and there, and maybe some fire effects or something. But I always think about the 360 when it would play backwards compatible original Xbox stuff. You'd have like Star Wars Battlefront 2. There'd be a weird water effect, like it doesn't like ripple. It's just like a flat shader, texture shader or something. Yeah, I think the Hoth level I'm even talking about, and it's wild, and you encountered that with like the menu and stuff. Like how did these things get thrown out of whack that it just doesn't compute right? And famously with the PS2, like the fog effects and stuff. Like we were talking about the water effects on the Xbox, but I would want to see how that thing does like Silent Hill 2.
Ooh, yeah. I'll have to look. There's so many different options too on this thing, because you can even underclock motion engine, and there's so many different things. I'm sure I could play around in the menus and make this thing just like extremely buttery smooth. It already plays really well.
Yeah.
But of course I've gotten lost in Kingdom Hearts 2. I don't know why. I'd been thinking about Kingdom Hearts, and I jumped into Kingdom Hearts, and then we got that announcement last week.
You summoned the emo Sora.
I summoned this, I guess. But what's crazy is Rocknix, all the integration that's in there. Because just for kicks and giggles, I'm looking at everything. I signed into my Screen Scraper account to get all the artwork and everything, and then there's the option to sign into Retro Achievements. I'm like, what the hell? I'll go ahead and sign into Retro Achievements. And then there's once you do that, there's a whole nother little tab that pops up for Retro Achievements on the little pop-up menu that you throw up, and it'll show all the games you've already got achievements in, and your progress. You can go and look at every single game.
Does it scrape?
You can have it up.
Does it scrape what you've already played, or do you need to be playing it? You need to have to install it.
No.
Play the game.
No, it's per your account. So it'll show everything that's already on your account. It'll also scrape the games that you've got on the device, and it'll put a little trophy next to it if that game's got achievements.
Cool.
And then for Kingdom Hearts, I started up, and then immediately get a little notification thing that pops up, and it's you've got this many out of this many achievements already unlocked in this game. And
nice.
And I'm playing the game like normal, and as soon as I do something, the achievement pops like normal. I'm like, it's so integrated and so smooth, and I'm playing old video games and unlocking these achievements, and It's such a great experience.
Yeah.
Uh, and that's gonna take me into my things acquired here
Beautiful. I
because
like new acquisitions. I like
I
controller acquisitions too.
I like you all of a sudden had a kick for some guides. So this is the Brady guide for Kingdom Hearts. And
Yeah.
I remember going into specifically a Books a Million that I lived near and going and like back to the shelf and like looking through this every now and then and like learning different things. It also
Simpler
came with
times.
a poster in the back and it like showed some of the collectible things and it had like a sticker chart and like you peeled off the stickers to track your different things, and this guide came complete with the poster
Oh, nice.
and the full
Fantastic.
the
Hell
sticker chart,
yeah.
and it's in absolutely great
I
condition.
love it.
um
eBay find or somewhere else?
that was an eBay
eBay
find
find. Fleabay.
and wasn't very expensive.
Have I
And then
told you about
along
the Kingdom Hearts posters that I have?
huh
I wrote to or got in touch with somehow. I don't know how I did this. I got shipped a tube of Kingdom Hearts posters from Square Enix. It was Square
Oh
Enix
my
at that
gosh.
point. And they're two-sided. So I'm going to have to give you two of them. And one side is that box art that you see, the blue famous cover art for the Kingdom Hearts.
Mhm.
And on the flip side is a white, those pictures that like if the poster was on my wall over there, I would see Sora and Goofy and Mickey and Donald. But if I got up close, I would see screenshots of like Sebastian and Aladdin, and I would see all these different
Yeah.
worlds. So it's two-sided. So I got to give you two of those. But they ship me.
Okay.
I think I have 25 to 30 of these posters that they ship me in this
Holy crap.
tube, and I can't remember. I think so. I was kind of a hustler back in the day. I was trying to scam people out of arcade machines. I would call the thing and try to see if they would let me have it because I would make up an expiration date. But I would write these companies, and I don't know if it was boredom or just trying to see if I could get away with what I could get away with. But they sent me a whole tube of these Kingdom Hearts posters, and I could have sworn I had either shown them to you or told you about them or given you a couple,
Mm-mm.
but yeah,
No.
you've definitely got a couple with your name on it because they're two-sided. You can't unless you get like a two-sided poster frame that I don't know if I've seen one of those, but
Right.
yeah, I
Have to hang it
cannot
from the ceiling so you could see both sides.
as it
Suspend
spins
it.
or just
Yeah.
you mount it to where you can flip it like a custody thing, like nights and
Yeah.
weekends and Wednesdays are one side and holidays are the other. But that's cool. I'm
And
glad you got the
then
guide. I need to look at my guide and see if it has the poster and the stickers. Was that the only one, the Brady Games Kingdom Hearts guide?
um it's the only one I remember. I hadn't looked to see if there was any other. I know when I just typed in Kingdom Hearts guide, that's what came up.
Okay.
And to continue with it, I also went for Kingdom Hearts 2 guide, which is like 3 times
Yeah.
the size of the first game. And it too came fully complete with poster in the back
Beautiful.
here, which is like this fold out poster.
I remember when that one came out. We had a lot of pre-orders for that one.
It's a good game. It was a perfect sequel.
Friend of the show, Jay, I believe I bought him his copy of it when it came out. I used my discount. Joker was fiending for some Kingdom Hearts 2.
And before I get to, because I was able actually to go on a little small retro game hunt earlier today.
Yeah.
Before I get to that, I got this just off of Amazon. This is the Saga Frontier remastered.
Okay.
I don't know if there was like a smaller print run or something of this because on a lot of places like PlayAsia, it's out of stock. In other places, it is fairly expensive. I found this for just regular retail, but
Almost like it went back into
I have seen it
randomly
for
back into stock.
Yeah.
Somebody found a
This was
box.
yeah, it was out of stock on Play Asia. But yeah, I found it somewhere else and was able to get it at a decent price because I've seen it other places, like, almost $70. I'm like, why is it? I didn't understand that. So,
Right.
and then today I picked up 2 games and another guide. I guess I'll start with the guide. I saw this guide.
We're on a guide
And
kick. I love it. I love how we
yes,
did
I
this
know,
to each
right?
other.
Another Brady Games. This has to be in Box's collection because this just at the front already says, covers PS2, Microsoft Xbox, and Nintendo GameCube.
All right, don't show me, Brant. Read a line from the guide somewhere. Let me see if I can figure out what guide it is. I know it's multi-platform. It's on all 3.
It's a very popular.
Careful. Yeah, read
a
a line from it potentially.
It's a very popular. We'll say it's a movie tie-in.
Okay.
Movie tie-in game.
Okay.
On
all 3.
Oh no. Is that? Oh, it's just folded. I can.
So maybe a map of some kind. Haunted Mansion.
There. I was surprised. I was surprised to find the map. The map was like right in the middle, and if gosh, there's so many things that just would give it away.
You've got From Russia with Love. You've got Lord of the Rings, Two Towers, and Return of the King. You've got Path of Need.
If it just said
The Matrix. What was the Matrix game?
This says, I'll just read you the top. It says Chapter 6, Cat and Mouse.
Chapter 6, Cat and Mouse.
I don't know if it wouldn't give it away.
And it's a movie license game.
It's a movie licensed game.
Who developed this or published this?
This is a Activision game.
Activision did a lot of movie license.
I want to say
Chicken Little.
Specifically. I want to say it was specifically Treyarch.
Treyarch? Spider-Man. Spider-Man 2. Is there a specific one? I was reading one of those used the Unreal Engine 2. For some reason, I ended up on this Wikipedia thread.
Really?
Unreal Engine 2 games, and it was Spider-Man for PS2 and Xbox and GameCube. I was like, no way.
You are correct, sir.
Excellent. Okay, good deal.
I opened it up and like right in the middle, they had shoved it has the perforation, so it was in there and somebody tore it out, but they put it back in there, I guess, when they brought the guide, and the guide is in very, very good condition.
Oh yeah. Spider-Man 2. This is a good ass game. This was you would say this is the best Spider-Man game until the Insomniac titles, right?
Yes. As far as like web swinging and everything, the combat was actually pretty decent. It could get a little annoying or repetitive.
Burglaries going off and stuff.
The little side missions that would always happen, you'd have like random burglaries, or you'd have like, the most annoying thing was the little kids. There'd be like a little kid off to the side and they'd be like, "Oh, I lost my balloon." And you'd have to like get this balloon and web it and grab it and then bring it all the way back down to the kid.
Yeah.
And after like 2 or 3 of those, you're like, "Okay, shut up. I don't care about your balloon." Doing story beats.
The fun thing with those that I remember from licensed games, and especially like Spider-Man, is that they would tell the story of the movie, but then you had all sorts of crazy shit too. It's like also featuring Sandman, like he was going to be in the next movie, but he might be in this game, or the Vulture. It would just be all these random enemies that weren't actually in that movie but
I remember the first game had Vulture. This one had like Mysterio and Rhino were in there.
Did one of them, Tobey Maguire, did the voice work for and kind of dialed it in?
He did all of them.
Am I thinking
he did all of them? And yes, this all of them. It's like, hey, what are you doing? It's like it's like he's so tired. It's like they got him first thing in the morning.
after his back injury. I didn't want to, if I misremembered that, I didn't want to slander Tobey Maguire, but I think he just totally
He
dialed in
totally
the
phoned it
performance.
in
Yeah.
on most of these. Yeah. He did the voice acting though. I'll give him that.
Box is noting in the chat that guide you found is super hard to find. The Spider-Man 2 guide, and he notes that Spider-Man 2 is a really good game. Yeah, it was. He sold a shit ton of copies of those. Yep.
And then my 2 games, there was a lot there I really could have gone into, but I just kept it simple. I found it was literally right before I was gonna walk up to the counter. I found Little Big Planet for the PSP.
Oh yeah,
which I remember having a lot of fun with.
Yep, that's a good Little Big Planet.
It wasn't very expensive. And this one, I think it was like $8. I got Splinter Cell Chaos Theory for the original Xbox.
Yep.
And both of these games are complete in box. Have the little booklet to go with it. So,
and if you pop that into your Series X, you're gonna get a native 4K copy of that game. Yep. Please let
all of the Splinter Cells.
Please let Xbox double down on their backwards compatibility. Please let that be part of the new identity of Xbox. Please. God, that would be so amazing. Even all the way down to the Xbox One. Those are great ports that you download for the backwards compatible stuff. Good finds.
Yeah, Box is noting that Bruce Campbell was in there. He's the narrator of the Spider-Man games. He didn't really get in the movies. I know Sam Raimi was supposed to use him as like Mysterio or something.
Oh, he was supposed to be more than just like the theater theater manager.
Yeah, he showed up a couple of times in there as a bit character, but I believe he was supposed to get more of a prominent role as like Mysterio or something on the big screen, but that didn't wind up panning out.
Damn it, Brent. You got me wanting to play some old fucking Spider-Man games.
Dude, it's so good.
Old games were so much better.
You probably have it for, I don't know, you might have it for everything. I don't know.
I might have it for all 3.
You might have it on every single. Yeah, you might have it on all 3.
I know I've got it for Xbox because that was like when I really started hammering those 3 and collecting. If it was available in all of them, I just got the Xbox version.
Yeah. So that first game isn't bad, but the second one being like it's just a massive open world Manhattan, and at least for the time, it's a big open world Manhattan. You look at it now, it's like it's fairly small, but it was still cool that you could go everywhere, and the web swinging was great, and the first
movement.
game
they nailed the movement in the second one, and that's really the important part.
The first one was more closed off. It was very mission based. It was like, oh, you go here. Okay, and you're fighting. But the cool part with 1 came from like all the cheat codes and all the stuff, because literally they were just like, you can play as every character. You could play as the Green Goblin, you could play as Mary Jane, you could play as Stan Lee, and I can't remember if it's after you beat the game or like after a certain point you unlock a mini game in the first one that was like thug bowling, and it's just a giant bowling alley, and instead of pins, it's like the bad guys, and they're tied up in the web, and they're just like bouncing back and forth.
Really?
And as Spider-Man, you've got to swing to the end of the alley and like kick them and see how many of the pins you can knock down.
That's awesome.
And it's a great mini game.
That's so cool.
That first one.
Man, the stuff they used to put in, they would design, it's just somebody like sitting off to the side that came up with this system that they can't throw it in the game. Like it doesn't apply anywhere, or it just didn't fit. And then they make a little offshoot thing out of it, or they're learning the mechanics. And then, that's how they apply it, is like this unlockable mini game thing. We used to get all kind of crazy stuff like that. Metal Gear Solid, wasn't there like a snake skateboarding thing? That was just using one of those Konami skateboarding engines.
It's like Snake stuff. Tony Hawk.
Yep. Snake Tony Hawk.
Snake Pro Skater.
I would play some of that. I'm tempted to fire up a Metal Gear. I want to play Splinter Cell. I want to play Metal Gear Solid. I want to play Metal Gear Solid with my kids. I want to see if it holds up with
Ooh,
them and see
yeah.
if it has that level of impact. Because some of those things are still relevant, like the anti-nuclear and like the memes and the misinformation and all sorts of stuff. Like it's especially when you get into Metal Gear Solid 2.
Psychomantis.
Psycho Mantis. Yeah, and they watch all these kids' YouTube videos with the alert sound going off. I'm
Yeah.
like, you have to know what that's from. Like it's a big deal. And just my mind thinking about the demo disc that we had that was just that opening area of Metal Gear Solid. And you could do so much in that one area, that warehouse where you dive down and you could trick guards and walk around like all the way before you get on the elevator. And it's not a long game. Metal Gear Solid's not super long. And a lot of it's cinematics. But they told a hell of a story with 2 megabytes of VRAM. It still blows my mind. I don't get it. Is that all your pickups, Brant? You got them from a local shop? Good. You got good deals on everything.
From a local shop. Some of their stuff is priced a little high. Some of their other stuff is definitely priced moderately. And like I saw, they had a full Game Boy player off to the side in a case.
Yeah.
Wrapped up player and disc for like $300 and something. I'm like, oh my god, I know it's expensive, but I don't remember it being that much. It could have inflated to that price. Of course, notoriously for the GameCube, it's very expensive. So
it's the disc. People lost that disc. They attached the Game Boy player to the bottom of the GameCube. I've got 5 or 6 Game Boy players, all on the bottom of GameCubes. But it's those.
But you don't even need it. You can. Was it the Action Replay or something? And then I think there's even if you software modify, there's like technically better soft emulation software you can run through that Game Boy player for more accurate emulation.
Because they've figured out ways to do like the broadband adapter for LAN through the controller ports and stuff too, right? Or through the memory card port. Through Swiss, I think is what it's called.
Yeah. Oh, there's somebody now that makes some kind of plugin for that. That's actually at a reasonable price. I think it acts as like a it's like 2-pronged to where you could use it as expandable memory. Like you could plug a SSD, like an M.2 in there, or it can be used as a broadband adapter if you wanted to LAN something.
Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Or 1080 or Wave Race, one of those I think supports LAN.
Something.
It's not a long list.
That was another one I looked at. It was disc only. It was still kind of expensive, but they had 1080 Avalanche. Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
for GameCube.
Blue Storm. No, that's Wave Race. It is Avalanche. That's the subtitle. 1080.
But yeah, it was disc only. I'm like, yeah.
But that's not, if I recall, that's not a super expensive game on eBay.
No, I don't think it should be.
I don't think it's pricey. All right, is that it for you, young Brant?
That's it.
So we'll wrap up the show. I enjoyed talking games again and a lot less news. That was refreshing.
A lot of guides,
fines. Yeah, guides.
Enjoyed our guides.
We're Thinking Inside the Box joins us every week. He's a guide collector, so we got to throw him. We gotta cater to our audience here. Yeah, follow the guides. But thank you for joining us. Box, you're one of them. Renee was here. Thank you all. KT always here. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you for joining us this week, and we will catch you next week. Bye.
See you.